want to welcome y'all to Tonedeftestimonies. Yeah, let's get it.
Straight out the gate, it's time to separate. When the work is this hot, you can't wait till it bakes. When you don't call shots, it's red dots to the face. A marathon, not a race, when you hear the trail blaze. Unfazed, I'm attacking airwaves. I ignite the nights, making waves in the bay. I'm the mouth of the South, what more can I say? I don't hesitate, cause I just elevate. This is my moment to shine, I'm a component of life. And if you're not about that grind, you're an opponent of mine. I put it all on the line, in pursuit of my prime. I stand tall on my stance, there ain't no stopping my stride. Ain't nothing phony or fake, ain't in this game for the fame. I'm in this thing for the change, impacting lives on the way. Bringing life to the stories, giving God all the glory. Through the shine and the gory, Tonedeftestimonies.
Yeah. This is when we get real. This is when we get to learn more. This is when we get to dive deeper. This is that real. This is that authentic. This is that genuine. This is Tone Deaf Testimonies.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tone Capone. You might know me as the host of the Ignite the Night performance series out here in Tampa Bay. I'll be doing it. It'll actually be 7 years in May, even though we haven't had a show since last March. It's crazy because of this whole Corona thing, but we're still keeping it moving. I'm also the host of Waves of the Bay, which is on FM radio 88.5 in Tampa Bay every Saturday night from 10 until midnight. Let me shout out my DJ Spaceship, because I couldn't do most of this stuff without him, honestly, man. Like, we've been moving in pace and just trying to knock stuff out. But on the radio, I don't really get to talk to people as much as I want to, or, be able to get as deep as I want to, or, be able to, peel back some layers as much as I want to. So what became of it was the Tone Deaf Testimonies, as you can see over my shoulder and everything. So that's pretty much how everything came to be. And I've been highlighting, individuals in Tampa Bay for what they've been doing and what they're about to do. And I'm excited, like I was telling Tango just a moment ago, like, I don't have a personal relationship with him. So this is going to be a pretty good interview on my end, because I get to know a lot about this cat right here. So on Tone Deaf Testimonies, the episode number 11, I got producer extraordinaire. He goes by Tango Beats, man. What's up, Tango?
What's up, Tone Capone? I'm excited to do this interview. This happens to be my first interview ever.
Really?
Actually.
That's what's up, man.
I'm excited. I'm glad to be here, too. I'm glad you had me.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to stick you with one of these questions then. I'm going to try to have you just stuck.
Good luck. Good
I don't know which
luck.
question it's going to be yet, but I'm going to get you one of these, man.
I'm ready for you. Hit me.
That's what it is, man. So I guess to begin with, like, go ahead and just introduce yourself to anybody out there who doesn't know who you are,
All right. I'm Tango Beats, born and raised out of St. Petersburg, Florida. I've been doing music probably about a decade, but this past year, my first time actually putting out music of my own. I'm a producer / writer, but now I'm an artist, so that's something new for me. But it's exciting. I like the way music is headed right now. It's very energetic, so it's new for me to releasing music, but it's not new to me, the feel of music. So right now, I've just been working with a lot of artists. You did an interview with one of them, Ray Rec. He's he's like family, So I work a lot with him and a few other local artists that I'm trying to touch bases with. First, I'm one of those type of people I like to deal with close to home.
I'm the same way, man.
Yeah,
I call it building. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about that myself. I respect that. Sure.
Yes, sir. So roughly about 2 years now doing my own music.
Okay. So what was what hit the switch for you to decide to do your own music?
Well, for like most people, well, not all people, but most musicians, you kind of start in a group setting. And when you're in a group setting, it can work well, because it's easy to build,
Right.
as far as the building concept goes. But as far as completing the mission and maybe hitting that gas pedal or achieving that next level as an artist, is kind of a hindrance. So I was in a group setting at first and I wasn't flourishing. It was kind of, everybody was doing their own thing and we weren't taking the music so serious. But I think it was maybe when one of my partners moved to Atlanta to pursue his music, and I helped produce his demo tape. You know, he was gonna go take to a couple of labels and stuff like that, and he did pretty well with it, and he got around a couple of people, you know, industry ears, and they checked it out, and so he got like a little small management deal in Atlanta, and so that was kind of like, okay, well, you know, maybe you should redirect those
Right.
resources in another direction, and so I started releasing my own music.
Okay. All right. That's what's up, man. I know all about that as well, man. Like we started off in a group, I guess we'll call it a group. It wasn't really like a music group, but it was like a promotional group. And there's always some people that's moving harder than the other folks, man. And it's just like
Right.
you can try to tell people about it, and then if they don't correct their movements, then it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit here and go down with the ship. You're gonna sit here and do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty
Yeah.
much how me and Spaceship, you know, evolved off of what we were doing. And it's still family at the end of the day, but you
Right.
know, when it comes to business, people got to understand this is business. And
Correct.
yeah, like straight up, like no hard feelings. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You do
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
me
Those,
over here, and we'll link up on the
yeah, because
holidays type shit.
it was no love lost, so that was a good thing because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it wasn't, you know, you have certain situations where you may outgrow certain people you're around, but then you have other situations where people have things going on, you know, and so for the most part, that was what it was. They had more going on, and so if you were in the music or anything entertainment wise, you know, you kind of got to stay busy. If you're not busy, you're not doing anything
you're
because
not
even
relevant.
when running at full speed, sometimes it seems like nothing at all because it takes a lot of grinding to get out there. So it was no love lost. Everybody around me is doing their own thing, grinding in the entertainment industry in some form or fashion.
That's what's up with it, man. So coming from St. Pete, like explain to me like what it was like growing up in St. Pete. So I've been down here, what, 15 years. I'm from the middle of Kansas originally, so I love Tampa Bay, man. Like St. Pete. When I first came down here, man, I was actually staying on the trade winds down in St. Pete Beach, and I remember I was down here for like a week, and I thought there was nothing but just old white folks down here. And then once I moved here and I started riding around, I was like, yo, this shit look like Kansas City, man. Like, what's going
Yeah,
on up here? Like,
yeah, yeah. It's a melting pot. It's mostly, you know, when you on the beach in St. Pete, especially, that's where all the snowbirds go. So
yeah.
you was gonna see that. You was gonna be surrounded with that out there. But when you move in towards inner city area, yeah, it's a nice little haven. It's just a little even when I was growing up, it's been a little bit slow for progress, you know. So as far as economy wise and Black development, it's a little stagnant here because it has a lot of racial ties here, you know. It's well hidden because it's a multicultural, it's a diverse city, you know. So everyone kind of integrates with everybody. But as far as like Atlanta or places in California or other cities and states you can go to where you have record labels and things of that, it's kind of easier to finesse your way into the industry. So St. Pete was always a place where you'll come and it's a lot of talent here, but it's no outlet. So a lot of people here, you know, just get by with minimum wage jobs or they hustle or what have you. So, you know, and it's like a high school. Everybody knows everybody. And well, it's hard to come out in this type of environment too, because there is not any major avenues where you can take. So a lot of people, you know, they move to other places to get on from St. Pete. But I like it here. You know, I could have moved to Atlanta like maybe 7 years ago. And I chose not to because my thing is I love it here. Like, you know, if you have some money, you can find something to do every day here. But
You ain't lying.
If not, it's a whole nother story.
I've had some broke days and been able to get by out here, man.
Because the landscape is still fresh, you know. When you've been here a while, it kind of
You're right.
It kind of gets old, but yeah, you know. But I like it. It's very entertaining here. Lots of family members there, lots of friends there. So St. Pete is definitely home. I don't see myself moving anywhere else unless there's a check involved,
Right.
a major check involved. Yeah, I'm a Florida boy till I die.
I love Florida, man. Like I don't like right now, my people's back home is sending me screenshots. It's like -17. I'm over here like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I can't even do that shit no more. I'm in shorts and a tank top and some slides outside. I can't even try to do
Right,
that no more. I don't miss that at all. I can't
right.
remember. I can't believe I grew up in that, man. Honestly, man.
Yeah,
That's why I get down
I've
here. I'm
seen
just like,
snow.
yo, Florida's that shit.
That's what everybody say. Yeah, but you know the Georgia stole our slogan. You know, you come on vacation, leave on probation. So be careful if you
Yeah,
do visit.
that's the truth. It's same in Kansas where I'm from. The cops be waiting, man.
Oh yeah, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yep, yep.
But yeah, man, we used to have a show out in St. Pete at Foo Bar. We called it the Elements Monthly Hip Hop Night, and we had it going for we was about to do the 3-year anniversary the month after everything shut down with Foo Bar and everything. But man, that those times in St. Pete, man, we love doing shows in St. Pete because you never know what to expect in St. Pete, man. And even though it's just right across the bay, right across the bridge and everything, it's like it's a completely different vibe out there in St. Pete. So we used to go out there and
Yeah,
just get it in, man. Just be waiting for the unexpected because it always goes down in St. Pete at some point, man.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it here because it's a lot to see. It's not too well known, but as you can tell, because you've been here for a while, it's starting to hit on the map because a lot
Oh
more
my
people are
gosh.
moving here.
Hmm.
Condos everywhere. Yep, yep. So
That
that's one thing
gentrification
about it.
is real, man. Like when they turn Food Bar into like a biscuit restaurant or some shit, I'm
Mm-hmm.
over here like,
Mm-hmm.
man, local 662 gone.
Yep,
What was the new one? The theater, the State Theater, they got a whole new
yep.
name and they on some other shit right now. It's just like, yo,
Yeah, I didn't want to put that energy out there, but I was holding my
I'll put it
tongue on
out
that.
there. I'll
I,
put it out there. Fuck that shit, man. That
I
gentrification shit is some
appreciate
bullshit, bro.
it.
I'll be riding down Central, be lost. I'm like, what the? This
Yeah,
21st? Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah. It's a bitter taste in my mouth because it's right next door. I live in the hood and I see it every day. You know, and all
mm-hmm,
I ever wanted was them to just allow some development around here. Like in the neighborhood I stay in, we don't even have a grocery store. You
right.
know, but we have. If I think I counted one day, I Google searched my area. I think we have 15 family dollars. No grocery store, 15 family dollars. And if you know, like I know, Family Dollar costs. Everything costs more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, they kind of set us up to go down over here if you fall for it.
It happens everywhere, man. That's why I be looking at it just like, I'm glad I got to see like the before, and I can understand what they're doing, like, trying to build up stuff. Like over here in Tampa, it's really bad. Like I used to live over in West Tampa, and that shit is just like the last time I drove by, it was just all completely wiped out, like waiting to be built up on it. And now, like the last time I drove by, they got all these new high rises and stuff, and it's just like, man, like they really just don't care about the heart of a city. They just trying
They
to get it built up.
Yeah, they decimated it when you used to come across the bridge and you head into Tampa. They used to have like a stretch of projects, like project
Yeah.
buildings. And then behind Ybor City, stretch of project buildings. They getting rid of all that. And so
Hmm.
I tell people all the time, I know it's probably bad to say because some of these young cats, these wily coyotes gonna take it to the extreme. But hood living is good living. I tell them keep your hood dangerous, man, until you can buy it. Keep it scary until you can buy it, man. Because you're too friendly. They too friendly down here. And that's it's a setback because we ain't had a chance to
Hmm.
catch up in the money race. So until we get a chance to catch up in the money race, we know how to navigate through the hood. So just keep your hood how it is until you can buy it up. Then
Straight
then you
up.
can make the changes.
Start making moves from there, man. So coming from St. Pete, like who's some of the artists that you were looking up to when you were coming up?
Okay, so my number one is Ray Rec because he showed me a lot. Like I ain't know much about music, and so his little brother grew up with my cousin, And so inadvertently, you know, you go hang with your cousins, you meet
Already.
their friends. So
Yeah.
right. So I'm hanging with my cousins, and we pull up to his house. He got the whole setup. He got the whole shebang. He got the booth ready. He got the MPC. I'm in awe. So, you know,
Eyes
I'm
wide
sold
open,
from
like,
there.
oh shit.
And so, yeah, he got it all in us. So Ray Rec, number one. And then my second one, he's a producer, go by the name of Brainstorm. And he was on solid.
The tattoo artist?
Correct.
And all that. The artist, man, Brainstorm is dope.
He's such a beast that he don't even really deal with music no more.
Mm-hmm.
He's such an artist. He can transcend in other lanes like that, you know. And so those two were the two people I came up under. And then most people, you know, we have people from the city that like the Luciano boys. They were real big, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunate legal circumstances that tore that group apart. But they were like the biggest thing at that time from the city. And this was early 2000, maybe late 90s, you know?
Okay.
They were doing their thing. And so I just really was inspired by those cats because they came in the game and either showed me something I'd never seen before, or then they showed me an aspect of like just seeing how it is to be regular cats, you know what I'm saying, from the city. And if you put that effort and that time in the music, you know what I'm saying, you can do something with it. So I gotta say those three groups were the most influential coming up. And then there was a list of other people in the city, like, of course, there's so many I couldn't even name, but the three that have come to the top of my head are those three names.
That's what it is, man. So you already hit on something that I feel like is like a major issue when it comes to hip hop in particular. And it's like direction, you know what I'm saying? Because people are always out here trying to do stuff, especially when it comes to like, you know, like with the innovation of Pro Tools and all this stuff where we can record at the crib or whatever. Everybody got their studio set up, but nobody has a direction for what they're trying to do. So I see a lot of artists drop project after project after project, but they don't market it at all. They don't have any videos for it at all. They're not up here trying to promote it at all. And it's just because they don't have any type of idea what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do, man. So like, how have you been at, like, as an artist now, you know, in addition to the production and everything, like, how have you been able to navigate, you know, like without having a blueprint?
And that's funny you touched on that, because the honest thing is just from learning from experience, but I'm not one of those people that'll go in a room full of people and just like to talk. You know what I'm saying? I do like to talk, but when there's some bosses in the room, I'm listening, you know? So whether it's good or bad, you know, I don't really take in bad. If it's negativity right in, you know, I'm a reciprocate listening this conversation with you, but I don't take in negativity. But positive information, usable information, applicable information, I'm gonna absorb it as soon as you say it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff I learned from either my trial or error or the people around me, and I think that helped out a lot. And plus, everything I do, I pay for out of pocket. So you know, if you ain't paying for it, then you kind of take it a little lightly. But when it coming out of pocket, you take it a little bit more seriously.
Right, because it's an investment. You got to get a return on that, man. Straight up.
Correct. And so it's kind of hard to deal if you are independent artist, you know, because it's easy to make. It only takes a second to make a bad decision. It takes time to perfect things. So a lot of people just try to move quick, you know. I sat on majority of the music I make. I try to put it out now at this point, but when I was first making music, I didn't have any problem sitting on it, you know, making sure.
Were you waiting on like perfection or something, or like the right timing or something like that? Or
everybody say I'm an over perfectionist, and I don't doubt it. But I think that if you're not your biggest critic, you know, that's your choice. But for me, I know I'm the first ear to hear it, and I should be the last ear to hear it before the public hear it. Mm-hmm. So I like to critique it or tune it to the best of my abilities. And so the only thing I can recommend for other independent artists is, you know, it's just like everything in life. It takes money, you know. So if you want to put a song out, you have to take in mind that putting it out costs money, making it costs money, promoting it costs money, everything, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So if you don't got it, you know, you need to kind of figure out a way to get it, you know, and or get a team behind you, because it is hard to be a one-man army, you know. It's a Definitely. Lot of tedious things to task that you have to take care of. It's beyond making the music. So the only hindrance I feel that I deal with a lot is having to put on different hats, you know. I gotta go in and be a producer, then I gotta go in and be a rapper, then I gotta go in and be a boss and do paperwork and other stuff like that and chop up. And then now that I'm learning that it doesn't stop there, because see, once the ball gets rolling, then when you're done doing that, then I have to do something like this, you know, or what have you.
Step out somewhere and go shake some hands.
Correct. So I feel like if you're an artist and you really want it, you know, you kind of have to figure out a way to delegate your time and just dedicate it to what you want. You know, it's not going to be easy, because I know for a fact with just the couple of years of putting out my own music and trying to watch how the numbers do and keep up with things of that nature, that's a battle in itself right there. You know, you got to stay busy. So that's just the main thing, is staying busy, but trying to stay consistent with the quality of work you put in that, because you got people like Rick Ross, Jeezy, and all the names, they putting out free work, you know? So.
No, that's real game right there, man, because that's the whole thing about it, man. Like, people just be putting, like I said, they put stuff out and don't have any type of idea what to do with it. So, and then they don't have their business right. So you hit on that right there, man. Paperwork, man. Tell me the importance of paperwork to you when it comes to the music biz.
All right. Well, it's simple, and there's no shade to no artist. This is just a reference. You know what I mean? If you don't have your paperwork right, and first of all, paperwork is your coverage, you know, because if you don't got the funds to do this, that, and the other, they might catch wind of your song, and as far as you know, your song is only popular in your grandma's garage, but somebody's heard this and they ready to slide it over to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So the paperwork at least tangles you into the money, first of all, but that's your leverage, you know? So the paperwork, you can not have your paperwork right and not read it and end up getting a kill like TLC. You can not get your paperwork right and, you know, have an incident where, you know, you have a drum with the cha-cha song and Drake with the hotline bling. Now, I'm not saying that, well, I'm just saying that if paperwork was right, you know, he may be able to entangle to that, you know what I mean?
You had a different angle to attack with that, you know? Leverage, you said.
Correct. People don't like Suge Knight, but they still pay him. So, even in prison, because that paperwork is God.
That's the truth, man. People missing out on money, man. Like I said, I've done plenty of events. Like, last 7 years, I've been throwing nothing but events out here. And everybody wants to get paid to perform, which I can dig it. You know what I'm saying? But if you got your paperwork right, you could be getting paid to perform. You could be getting paid at open mic nights. People don't understand this shit, man.
They don't know. It's because I just started talking to younger cats about it, you know, because I'm one of those people, like, I'm a show them same way somebody showed me, you know. You know, I don't want to own nobody, you know what I mean? And as a black man, as black men, we should be trying to help each other come up, you know what I mean?
Straight up, man.
And
straight up.
It hurts me to see how a lot of times these cats get in these situations where it don't even be beneficial for them. Man, they just really that hungry for a, you know what I'm saying, the spotlight. So you I think it's just like everything in life. It's just like the rap game is the closest thing to the street game. That's what I tell you. I found that out the hard way. And so that's my biggest pet peeve with a lot of these cats. That, you know, if you wanted to, because the music is your gateway out of whatever you had going on where you came from. And so they get to the mainstream and then they just act like it's streets, you know. And that's not what it's about to me. I thought it was an outlet, you know what I mean? So I try to make sure I don't walk that thin line between thug and hate, because it's so easy to do. It's the Tupac mentality, you know what I'm saying? You can heal the world, I'll kill the world, but it's up to you.
Straight up. That's your decision right there. Like, how do you want it? Straight Pac style, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I'm talking to Tango Beats right here on Tonedeftestimonies. What was your first artist name, man? I know it wasn't Tango Beats.
Tango Beats came out of production necessity. It came because, like I said, I was in a group setting, and one of my homeboys used to go by the name Cash. And so we had Tango and Cash. But that movie got real old, real fast. So I'll stick to the script. Don't shit change with me. So I just added the beats on the back, because we was making beats. And so that's how it came up. Really, I was going by my legal name because I really don't care. You know what I mean? And people were like, you can't do that. And we fast forward nowadays, you got rappers going by their legal name. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. But you would have been ahead of all that shit, dog.
I would have been ahead. It's all right. It's all right.
Timing is everything, man. Honestly, man. Like, trust me. Like, I got my name in college, man. Somebody gave me the name. I've always been going by either Tone or Capone. Somebody finally put it together in college. I ain't even thinking the shit. I was like,
nice.
Oh.
Nice.
It's like, there you go. Okay.
Yeah,
before this shit, I used to go by Pretty Tony, man. I used to be pimping back then, dog. Like,
that's real. That's real. I dig it.
Straight up, man.
Yeah, I was late with developing my name. I ain't had the juice like that.
Did you start writing or did you start doing production first?
Writing.
Okay.
Because writing was easy. It was hard finding beats. That was like borderline impossible coming up.
Especially
so,
back then, man.
Producers, yeah. So the only producers I knew in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s was Ray Rec and Brainstorm. So I used to get beats from them. But then the next problem happened, because at this point, I think Ray is either in college or married. Is one of the two. But either way, the studio situation is non-existent. You know? So the next challenge was finding somewhere to go record. And at this time, it wasn't too many studios there either. So then I bought my own equipment there. So it was just slowly, piece by piece, getting to this level. But I started writing, and that probably was 5 years of just writing. Never went to a studio to record or anything to that nature. But yeah, writing was, I think most people start with writing if you black, because I mean, now technology
trying to get that shit out, man.
Right.
For real.
But the technology is so cheap now. They got it made, you know. There was no internet when I was growing up, so outlets are there, you know. They there now. But yeah, I started off writing, and then I got on. I think Ray wanted me to get on a couple of songs, so I got on a few songs with Ray, and it was on from there. It was on from there, because that energy from recording, it kind of is different, you know what I mean? It's different, because even now I like making beats. I love making beats, but it's a little different when you're making music, the finishing product.
What is your process for making beats? Like walk me through like how you would just, put something together.
Um, I don't even have a method. There is no formula. Really, I kind of go in with a vibe on how I want to maybe start the melody,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't play any live instruments. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
What program are you using?
I use FL Studio,
Mm-hmm.
but I I sometimes use uh the Akai MPC software too, because I have an MPC, but I use it sometimes I don't. It depends on how I'm feeling. I think FL has gotten so user friendly that you don't really need anything, you know. You don't even need a keyboard. It helps having all those different tools,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not necessary. So I use Fruity Loops because it's the most user friendly to me. A lot of people use, I think, Reason and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
different things, because I like the sound Reason gives you. Reason gives you a nice full sound off the rip. Like, you don't have to go in there and do all the tweaking. You hit it sounds good. But everybody's like made Fruity Loops home base, so you got so much you can do on Fruity Loops now that I think that's the one I'm gonna probably stick to until
Mm-hmm.
something else better comes out, which I highly doubt. They got shit on lock right now.
That's crazy, man. I think about like right now it's 2021. You know what I'm saying? I think I got Pro Tools in like 2005. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing Fruity Loops for the first time like right around '06, and this shit
Mm-hmm.
looked foreign to me. I'm over here like, man, what am I looking at? And now it's like 2021, and I started doing like Premiere Pro and all this stuff, and it looks just like what Pro Tools looks like, and I'm over here seeing things differently, and it's just crazy just how technology has just adapted to music, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wild.
I think Fruity Loops got the advantage because I started off. I haven't been on everything. I've used Magic's Music Maker, Cakewalk, Sonar, Pro Tools. I done used them all, and I had to go. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. Me and Fruity Loops was gonna collide because, like I said, I don't play live instrument, and a lot of those other ones, you
You
sitting
got to
in
plug
there,
them in there and do all that. Mm-hmm.
right? And so I do it in. And shout out to Pharrell. That's one of my favorite producers. But my beats would sound like the early Pharrell beats, but worse. Because you remember back in the day when a Pharrell beat, you can hear it
Yeah,
transition into that next pattern sometimes, but it sound good because it was like he was swinging the beat.
it's just that funky. Yeah.
My shit would stutter. It
Mm-hmm.
was that bitch would not go in. It was horrible. So I transitioned to Fruity Loops because Fruity Loops does all the dirty work for you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So let me see here, man. Have you like being a producer, have you been in any beat battles or anything?
Nah,
Why
nah.
not? Why not?
And
I know, like I've hit
I
some producers up about this, and I understand some people like it and some people hate it.
I wish I saw, because I saw the message. I missed the message. I apologize about that. I'm real slow with
It happens.
technology. Yeah,
Facebook
but
got that hidden inbox over there, so I don't even worry about it.
see, and that's what's. But yeah,
I trust me, I know.
back to it. I would like to be involved with the arrangement, or what have you. I help out in any form or fashion that I could, but on a personal level, I don't know if it's that I don't. To me, I don't think I have a quantity that I produce enough to where I would just go in a battle with it. Not
Hmm.
saying that I don't have enough beats to go in a battle with it, but like I think that's more or less for the producer who who's aiming for the SoundCloud, YouTube thing, to where they pump out, a lot of beats and just put them out for the public. I more or less want to aim for, getting a artist and building with an artist, like a 40 and Drake situation.
Okay.
So I'm not opposed to being involved with beat battles, but I don't personally like the idea of it. I think it's more or less for either people who, like I say, want to be on that YouTube type of vibe, or for legend, veteran producers, you know what I mean, who have a catalog to where I play this song or this beat. It doesn't
Everybody
matter
knows.
if the lyrics are on it or if it's by itself. You know what it is. And so until then, I don't think I would ever get into one until the public would know what I was playing.
Them things, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna try to sell you on this shit, but I'm gonna tell you, man, these things be the hypest shows that we do, because what usually happens, the producers always come with some flame, but what usually happens after round one, after these niggas go against each other, that shit gets intense than a motherfucking dog. So I'll just be sitting back here instigating and shit, man, and just listening to
Yeah,
beats, man. But it's a different
yeah.
beast, man, because like you're a
Mm-hmm.
producer, you know what I'm saying? You have to make beats for a beat battle, and it'll be like 90 seconds, and it's all about transitions and
Right.
that stuff. Like, it's not about long drawn out intros or none of that shit. It's just about switching it up, catching people's attention, and sounding good at the same time. So I
Right.
can dig where
Right.
you're coming from, but
Right.
man, those things, I can't wait until the outside
That's
open back up and we can do another one, because
yeah.
that's the first show that's on deck, man.
That's why I'm all about being a part of it. Yeah, I love that energy. I love that vibe. It's just like you know what I'm saying? I would be one of those guys that I I own gladiators. I don't gladiate fight though. You know what I mean? I'll let my dog get you. You know what I mean? Type of
Straight
shit.
up.
So that's just not my forte. But yeah, I definitely want to be around it. I think that energy just comes from, I used to rap. And so
So you already know what it is, man. It's
rapping is
competition. We
probably
there.
I like those scenes. I want to be a part of those scenes most definitely. I would reserve my entering in it to when I had got my industry wings, more or less.
Run up in there with some credentials, huh?
Yeah, yes sir indeed, yes sir indeed.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this, man. Like, any artist that wants to work with you, like, what are you looking for out of them?
Time. If you're serious and I'm not even, because see, I used to think that I wanted to hear somebody and they had to be like before I would deal with them. But now I've realized the hard way that, talent is only 10% of this game. If these people really ready to go and grind and they know what they want and they're going to come through and they know how to, because see, I thought, sometimes you hear people and you're like, what? It sounds crazy. And when you hear the finishing product, and that's that engineer's job, you know what I'm saying, to make it magic. So I just want somebody who's ready to grind, you ready to grind, you know how to write, you know what I mean? Let's work, you know what I mean? Because my philosophy is if you don't got nothing, then you can't expect nothing. So if we both come to the table with what we got, then we should go from there, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those people who don't try to get in your pocket. I'm all about making money, you know what I mean? But we don't have to discuss
You
that
got to
off the
have some
rip.
type of integrity type shit with it, huh? I
Correct. So
feel you completely, man.
I try to keep my door open to work with people, you know what I mean? And so it's not even hard to access me either. So I try to be accessible. I go to a lot of different studios and work with a lot of different people. So yeah, all I gotta do is hit that inbox.
I feel you 1,000% on what you're saying, man. Like, there's a saying that I used to hoop back in the day, and I haven't grown since 8th grade. I'm 6 foot tall. I thought I was gonna be like 6'4". I haven't grown. I went from being center to, all the way to point guard at one point, man. I've played all the positions, but there's just this one saying that always stuck with me, and this: hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yes.
And how often
Yeah.
have you seen that play out, man?
And nowadays, it's evident. See, back in the days, you probably get some of the good things old people tell you, you go right by you. But now you can see it, because I ain't gonna say no names, but it's a lot of boo-boo out here making good money. Good money. So all you got to do is go out, put yourself out there and go get it.
Definitely. So for as a producer, like, do you have any like outlets or like any type of like platforms out there where you can link up with other producers?
I really do need to upgrade my outlets in that manner because, like I said, don't I don't dibble and dab in that realm. Most people I do music with, like I say, we connect on some form of fashion on social media, or however we run into each other in the streets, whatever. We link up and then we'll go from there because I literally don't want to just deal with everybody because like you said in the beginning, sometimes people have no direction. You know, they want to just make music. They have no intentions of putting it out. They have no intentions of promoting it. They have no intention. So it's like, I won't do that. If that's what their aim is, then that's when I start rolling out the price list. There is a price list. I give you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We got a price list, but we don't.
I ain't mad at that.
Out at the beginning.
Because the whole thing about, man, like, you got to build value in it. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, this is a money game right here, man. People think you can get in hip hop for free, and you can freestyle for free. You can jack other people's beats and do all that, but you ain't gonna make no money off that shit. So when it comes to you really trying to make a career and you trying to make money off this shit, you got to go get original production. You got to go get a studio to make the sound quality on point. You got to go get somebody to promote it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is not cheap
at all. Because if you don't own it, they own you.
Man, and they'll be on top of it quick. They waiting.
Yeah. So I got out of that freestyle because that's actually what kind of made me want to even rap, you know. True story. Like, I never rapped a day in my life. And I'm in high school, driver's ed, and one of my homeboys, he rapped, you know, and so he wanna start getting on me in class freestyling. Like he just getting on me. This nigga's getting on me. And he's singing in front of class. I'm like, oh, okay. So in my head,
gotta do something.
In my head, like, boy, you better do something. So in my head, I'm just like, what am I gonna say? And the bell for the next class rings. So we walking down the hallway, and I don't know what the hell happened. He stopped. I might have just blacked out for a second. Just started going. So I was just rapping. The next period bell ring, and I stopped. And by the time I come back to, literally half the fucking lunchroom is in this bitch surrounded. They're like, oh, shit. So that I fell in love with rap right there. It's that energy. That's what I'm saying. That battle shit is everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my cup of tea because it's like the whole time people just, you know, it's competitive, you know.
Man, I'm thick-skinned, but I ain't that thick-skinned. People talk about my daughter or my wife or my mom, and we're going to be boxing in that motherfucker. And I already know it, so that's why I don't even try it.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, we got out of that real quick. But, yeah, I just think that that this music shit is just, it's where it's at. You know what I mean? Even if you're not doing music directly, and that's what a lot of people need to take into account. Like, you don't have to be in the spotlight to get these coins, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the production aspect definitely became a muse for me to make some coins, you know what I'm saying? Because as a rapper, you don't get to the money at first, you know? You're actually the last person to get to the money as a rapper.
And you're going to get the least of it too, man. Like, songwriters is one coming up. Now, I've seen Adele songwriter for whatever the Hello or whatever the fuck it was. Her songwriter got $6 million off that shit.
You see what I'm saying? So I learned that if you stay heavy with your pen or you good with the beats, you know what I'm saying? You're all right. You'll be all right. You just got to stay in the mix, you know? Don't be afraid to be your homeboy manager or his promoter or manages his second Instagram page. You know, look out for this. That's what it really takes. You got to kind of start connecting with people who dabbled and dabbled in the entertainment industry and know where they fit in. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of bounce each other around the way you'll move. Because if you come up or vice versa, now I'm good, I'm on. Now you're a manager and you can manage other caliber artists, et cetera, et cetera. So I just like somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's why I want an artist to come along to where I can kind of fall back from rapping, and I can do more writing, do more production, do more boss moves, stuff like that, you know. That's really what I'm trying to transition to.
I might know some artists for you, man. I'm gonna think about some names. I know plenty of people that's like super dope that just need some type of production behind them. So I'll definitely think about it, man, for sure. But I have the song Hot set up right now. Go ahead and introduce the song. Explain it to me, man.
All right. So Hot is a single off of my For You project. It's a mixtape that I was dibbling and dabbling. It was debating if I was gonna make it an album. But it's my first project that I released. Hop is my first live video. I have a couple of animated videos off of the project, but Hop is my first live single that I got lucky to make, like in the beginning of COVID, so it wasn't too bad, you know. So we got out there and we shot it real quick. But it's a Florida song. I tried to make it very energetic. The beat got a lot of energy to it. I just wanted to have fun with the song, you know. Everybody's so serious in rap, so gangster. It's aggravating. So I just wanted to have some fun, and I wanted to be able to play a song that it didn't matter if it was wintertime. You still get your nice little tropical summer Florida vibe, and you know what I'm saying? You ride to it. So Hop is my baby. It's my summer fun Florida song.
That's what it is, man. We're gonna go ahead and play this track. We'll be right back with you in 1 second.
You gon' miss the shit if you blink. Gemstone, purple, blue, and green. Nigga dead fresh without the mink. Got your bitch pussy wet as a sink. Doing the dashboard, giving you just what you asked for. Fast forward, now we can save for the task force. Stacks, boy, now we can apply for them passports. Fly like a bad boy, you used to go in outside, boy. Get in the lab, boy, hit the store, go in the bag, boy. You mad, boy, take that shit up with your dad, boy. Gold links on my wrist, I survived out the trench. I avoided the blitz, and I ain't looked back since. Hop out the whip, I'm crashing, first with the drip, I'm splashing. Jump out the gym, I'm spazzing, step in the booth, make classics. See about your bitch, she nasty, she let me slide, come smash it. We got the pack in traffic, get it up the plastic, make magic. Hop out the whip, I'm crashing, fresh with the drip, I'm splashing. Jump out the gym, I'm spazzing, step in the booth, make classics. See about your bitch, she nasty, she let me slide, come smash it. We got the pack in traffic, get it out the plastic, make magic. Get it out the plastic, make breakfast, get it all gone, spend the extras. Get it on the scale of the measure, get out your Honda and the Tesla. I don't know nobody do it better, nobody for me good, so me better. I told her I never would forget her, I told her I'd never get to text her. Lie, she tried, I'm on that bullshit and I can't deny. I'm all pissed, see it in my eye, that's why I'm big dog and I'm not surprised. Baby should work in magic, set her out off in traffic. Stuff her trunk, let me pack it. Slam don't let me crack it. Take this phone, let me track it. Handle anything you're tasked with. We just control the squad, we overcome the odds. You go to work on the job, used to go stay at your mom's. You just keep throwing them rocks, we just keep dropping them bombs. Hop out the whip, I'm crashing, first with the drip, I'm splashing. Jump out the gym, I'm spazzing, step in the booth, make classics. See about your bitch, she nasty, she let me slide, come smash it. We got the pack in traffic, get it out the plastic, make magic. Hop out the whip, I'm crashing, fresh with the drip, I'm splashing. Jump out the gym, I'm spazzing, step in the booth, make classics. See about your bitch, she nasty, she let me slide, come smash it. We got the pack in traffic, get it out the plastic, make magic. Whip, I'm crashing, fresh with the drip, I'm splashing. Jump out the gym, I'm spazzing, step in the booth, make classics. See about your bitch, she nasty, she let me slide, come smash it. We got the pack in traffic, get it out the plastic, make magic.
all right, that was Hop, Tango Beats, hitting the microphone, doing this thing. I won't even lie to you, man. I did a little bit of research on you today because I want to hear some of your beats. And then I seen For You, and I'm over here like, okay, this dude's spitting too. I was like, all right, because I'm over here like I hit the link and it's like, oh, you can listen to it on this, and this. I was like, my man's about his business, like good shit, good shit.
Yeah,
and now I pulled it up on Apple Music and I've been jamming the last part of my workday. I was listening to that, man. I won't even lie to you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No doubt, man. So were you gonna drop that before the Rona, or was the Rona like kind of spark you to push it a little bit harder there?
True story. Some of the songs were like I said, I write for people. So sometimes songs start off as concepts that I will try to bounce to other artists, see if they're interested in it. Or beats would start off for other artists. And so a lot of times I'll give it a time frame before I pull the trigger on it, if I got something in my head. So some of the songs are literally, I won't tell you which ones, but some of the songs are 4 years old.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. Music is timeless, man. Because one thing, this is a jewel for artists out there. Make sure your music is right, because it doesn't matter when you drop it. It's going to be new to somebody else, even though it's old to you.
Right. So I learned that from some of my favorite rappers. Down south rappers like Trick Daddy or BG or Juvenile. I love their music, but I learned listening to their music that you can't really say too much that's relevant to the time frame you in, because
you're gonna date yourself.
They was like, because the Hot Boys broke up, I think, and so they had to use old verses, and you know what I'm saying, and BG saying 99 something. And I'm like, it's 2000, you know what I'm saying? I was like, so I learned early, like, don't date that shit, make that shit fresh to where it don't matter when you play that shit. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't date yourself.
Yeah, trust. That's a major thing right there. Tell me one other thing that you've learned, you know, since you've been in this realm, like in this lane, that nobody taught you before.
A good thing that people probably don't know is common sense. So a lot of things is common sense. We just don't apply it when we go into new realms. You know what I mean? Like, we don't take our common sense and apply it, and that's where you fail at. Just go in with what your gut, because just like how you don't mix things in the street world or in the other world, your business friends with your street friends, et cetera, you have to do that when you get in the music world. A lot of shit you doing, if it's not relative to the music or to the entertainment, leave that shit alone or separate it. You know what I mean? Because the shit don't mix. So a lot of times I was just too busy hanging with homies and, you know what I mean, doing other shit, to where it was no focus. You know what I mean? You got to have focus. And so you got to clear your space. You know what I mean? And do you. So I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I felt like in the beginning you kind of need to keep what's safe. You know what I mean? Keep your safe space. But that shit hold you back. So, you know, you just jump out there, because, you know, if you jump out there in the water and it's a shark, you're going to move, because you know that bitch going to bite. So, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's all right to go out there.
Or you about to get ate the fuck up, one or the other.
So, yeah, and if you an animal, you know what I'm saying, you're going to eat. You ain't gonna allow yourself to get ate. So I just got to jump out there.
I love that shit, man. That's what's up, bro. Let's see, what was I about to ask you, dog? You just got me with that quote. I like that shit, dog. As a Floridian, who is your GOAT? Is it Trick Daddy, or is it Rick Ross, or is it somebody else?
So it could be anywhere, or my Floridian king of Florida.
Just in Florida.
Oh, it's got to be Trick. It's got to be Trick. Like, cause, and I say that out of my experience in my generation. Excuse me, because if
y'all niggas love Trick Daddy, man. I'll tell you, like he did not have any impact like that up in Kansas, man. Like we got the mainstream songs, but y'all love Trick, dog.
I'm gonna explain why. Cause see, everybody else is from that's speaking down south. Everybody else, you know, if nobody told you where they were from and just were out there, you would think that a lot of these other places are way more southern, way more country and stuff like that. And then you come to Florida and you see that we got these Geechee country, we got all kind of different little hood people here. And we never had a musician that translated that before Trick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we had Luke, you know what I mean? So they always got the misconception that we was only booty shake music down here. And so then you get Trick Daddy who come out and he got the gold teeth, you know what I mean? And he talked like we talked, you know what I'm saying? It was refreshing to see somebody that was from where we from. And he kind of gave you, and that's the sad part about it. I'm gonna clarify why, because that's the sad part, and you can see it is evident now. Like everybody want that rapper that's the gutterest gutter that make you scared to come there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it was the element of, you know what I'm saying, Trick just was like, he was that nigga, you know what I mean? And then you listen to this music, like, this nigga say some shit. Like, I was in high school and this nigga was talking about blowing in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Now, you fast forward today, everybody talk about
everybody.
Trick Daddy was on. He was on the next level before a lot of shit, and we just don't get that credit here. So I think I got to give it to Trick.
That's what it is, man. I love that about y'all Floridians, man. Y'all pretty uniform with that one, man. Trick is y'all's champ. I've been here, like I said, I've been here, 06, 15 years. It's going to be in October. So, of course, man, for me, it's Ross. Since I've been here, when I actually came down here, when I told you I was at the Trade Winds, Ross's first CD had just came out. So I'm in a rental car bumping that shit, doing what I do and everything. And I just remember, like, Ross to me is Florida just because that's the time I've been here. So just hearing that y'all that grew up down here, you know, talk about Trick, how y'all do. That's how we look at Tech Nine, you know, from KC. You know what I'm saying? Like Tech Nine is above and beyond the GOAT from KC. You know what I'm saying? Because he put, you know, our lives on wax pretty much. So I can dig that, Doug.
Right. And so that's why I know, because I got partners from up there and they love Tech Nine. That's
Don't
just
say
like
nothing bad about Tech, man. We be that's another one right there. What?
Right. And I love Rick Ross too. So I see how that's easily a good representation. But like, I'm an older generation than the younger kids are. But even if you look at them, Rick Ross is more of a representation of like a prestigious Floridian. Like, we ain't all like that. Like, he's got a lot of elements from up north and stuff like that, balled in the way, you know what I'm saying? He got a little player swag and, you know what I'm saying? He remind you of a cat from up north, you know what I mean? But he Florida, you know what I'm saying? We got the beards and stuff like that, but that's not even a Florida thing. So I think that's why most people you talk to, we gonna tell you Trick.
Yeah, y'all pretty consistent with that one, man. For real. So tell me about this new project that Ray Rec got you on, man.
Okay, so
he was hyped to talk about this project. He dropped your name many times. He's like, "Yo, my dude Tango."
Yeah, As Long As I Live and Breathe was a project Rec was working on. He stepped to me. He had majority of the songs already done, you know, and he just was really interested in trying to make it a cohesive project. And so I just helped like executive produce the project and the composition of how it was laid out. And it really wasn't anything I had to do because like I said, most of the songs were done. So he had a few songs from me, a few songs from his producer Dizzy, and a couple of other people, Rhetorical Music. There's a few of us that produced for the project. But he came to me to help put the finishing touches on it. And so we just like vibed out, you know, for maybe like a month, you know. I told him Because my process is if we're doing a project, you know what I mean, we'll bang it out quick. Like, it's nothing. We're gonna bang it out. Like, but I like to sit with it, you know what I mean? And so we sat with it for a while and got it to where it was a cohesive project to where he was satisfied and I was satisfied. And it was mostly just like him trying to express, you know, where he came and where he's at with music, you know. I think he was tottering between, you know, is this going to be just like a mixtape or is this going to be my final project? Is it, you know, and I was like, no, what you just do is just put out something you'll be proud of, you know what I mean? And so we went from there.
That's what it is, man. I got another track from you queued up right now. I gotta say that one. Explain this 305 freestyle to me. I heard this one earlier.
Okay, so 305 freestyle. Bored at home. And I was sitting here and I was wanting to make a down south beat because I try to make everything sound different. You know, I try to make it where it's a vibe, you know. So the 305 freestyle, I made the beat and that bitch was so hard. I was like, I think I'll keep this one to myself, you know what I'm saying? So I just
had a Kanye moment and shit, dog.
Yeah, I had a little moment. And so I just, you know, it took maybe 15 minutes to make the beat, took maybe 15 minutes to write the verse. And then I just called my engineer up, like, pull up to the spot. You know what I mean? So, you know, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, pull up. Let's go. So we pulled up, you know what I mean? Ran it. And then I usually sit in all the engineering processes, so I know how I want to sound, you know what I mean?
Right.
And song was done that night, you know what I mean? And I was like debating on if I was gonna make it longer, but I was like, no, this is it. And that's 305 freestyle.
That's what it is. We're gonna be right back with Tango Beats, y'all. 305 freestyle.
Perfect. Did I do it right? Tango on the beat.
Shit sound different when it hit like this. Tango, baby, out net won't miss. 34 one of mine, ain't worried about assist. I'm on fire, it's all in the wrist. I'm so tired of the lies, need to quit. Made it off loud, but I started off mid. So many tricks, they out for the kids. Do it for my dogs that's locked in a bitch. All my niggas, let's lock down the grid. Hustle 9 to 5, nigga, get it how you live. So much money up in this bitch. How much money these hoes gon' get? Throw it in the air, watch the flow get hit. Came here with it, might judge this bitch. Face in the mirror, get an Eskimo kiss. Brain more than 50, I don't serve no nicks. We don't be rockin' no off brand. Always be stepping out fresh head to toe. Most of you niggas is off brand. Why is you poppin'? I don't even know. I'm not into that talking. Don't gotta convince me, my nigga, I'm show. Talking can turn into arguing. So either way, nigga, I'm letting it go. All these bitches they choose. I say nigga keep moving. I'm just steady getting to it. Make sure my shit grow. Every day it's a movie. We make club go up on Tuesday. If you ain't winning, you losing. It's a marathon and my nigga, I'm cruising. Yeah, a little second just to get like this. Can't be scared, take risks. Heads talk down, I don't even get pissed. Sharks ain't worried about fish. But niggas get to work in that shit. I hate to get hurt in that shit. Probably get mad, throw a fit. If the hating ain't working, need to quit.
That's that 305 freestyle. So were you in Miami when you wrote that or what?
So I was supposed to go to Miami with a homeboy when I made the beat. He's like, let's go to Miami. But I ain't even gonna flex. I said, no, sir. I'm too poor. And so I sat my ass at home, you know, sit at home smoking. Boy. So that's
I've had some broke moments on South Beach, dog. And me being country, I ain't really care about it. But my other partners had to point that shit out. And it's like, nah, you can't come back out here like that again. I was like, man, you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't go to the shitty club unless I got got me some money, so I ain't definitely not going nowhere near 305 to freestyle, beatbox, or break dance or anything for that matter, unless I got me some money.
Man, I hear you on that shit, man. We're talking with Tango Beats right here on Tone Deaf Testimonies. I want to know. I want to go back to the. Actually, let me ask this question real quick, man. What do you
Yeah.
find like more rewarding or more exhilarating? Like a beat that you produce and hearing it just hitting the club and seeing like it's going to be a banger, or are you getting on stage and performing?
Okay, so to be honest, I hate performing.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's the producer in you.
Mm-hmm. But I'll do it. But I don't like it because it's I don't know. I feel like it's just it's a part of the job. So sometimes you got to do things you don't want to, but it's a part of the job. So I do performing out of necessity, but it's not my thing. Producing and hearing it somewhere else or accolades in that manner, yeah, that's it. But I think more or less it's because it's the hustler in me. I like money. You know what I mean? So at this level, it's all about trying to get in that dough to where the coins start rolling in heavy. You know what I mean? So I think I'm more infatuated with the accolades of the music getting out there.
That's dope. So what do you think you need to get to that next level, man?
Well, I'm a baby. I'm just starting, so I'm not too anxious for anything. I'm just more hungry for work. You know what I mean? Because it's all about that catalog. You ain't gonna know when you got one till you got one. So just keep making them.
Do you look at any other producers out of St. Pete and as like not like competition, but like are you checking for any other producers out there?
I'm always working with other producers, not just rappers. Like, so I definitely I fuck with every producer. From old school, so who I know is who I know. Who I meet, I'm willing to meet, but I try to keep my circle of friends real tight to where we trying to build something. So I mostly deal with Ray Rec. There's another producer. He also co-produced a couple songs with me for I think Ray Rec. His name is Chef Simba.
Okay.
Yeah, I just mostly produce with him, and there's another one named Lamborghini Watts.
Lambo Beats. I know Lambo Watts.
Producer, yeah. So those are my compadres, But I literally work with a lot of producers in the city, you know what I mean? Because I'm always open to trying to figure out, you know what I mean? You got to figure out your super friends, you know what I mean? And just go from there. And you're destined to do something with a powerful team. So I definitely like all the producers here. I fuck with them as far as, I know you had corrected it, but as far as competition, there is no competition. You know what I mean? On a friendly level, it's friendly, but on the competition level too, I don't see nobody. I do my thing, make it else.
That's what it is with that shit, man. So let me see here. Is there a beat, let's say like a mainstream beat that you've heard that you wish that you would have made?
Yeah. A lot of them. Everyone that you hear on the radio. Every single last one of them motherfuckers. Yeah, put a Tango on it. I'd be happy. It wouldn't even matter.
So you just hearing them dollar signs, man. I can dig it. I can dig
it's
it.
all about the moolah. It's too much money out here,
There's plenty to be had out there, man. Have you tried like delving into like different like genres like EDM and all that stuff or what?
I've produced techno songs, like pop songs, stuff like that, I've worked with a few artists that are on ACMG, so they have vocalists, rappers. I've produced a beat for a gospel singer before, but I think more or less people are looking for a certain type of vibe. And so those are the type of people that come to me because I'm not too well known, except for around certain people I know in Georgia and and in Florida. But as far as expanding to other coasts and things of that nature, that's what I'm really aiming for, you know, working with producers on the other coasts and stuff like that. Because it's the digital era. So the things that used to hinder back in the day, they're no longer hindrance now. So, you know, the
That's
door
why I
is
can't
open.
stand people referring to themselves as local artists because, nah, we way past that already. If you got your business right and you're on all the
Way beyond.
platforms, nah, man, there's people listening to you in China right now.
Correct. So I'm trying to make myself more accessible, you know. In my days, you know, you didn't want people all in your mix like they do nowadays. But now, you know, you get on social media and say, what's on your mind? So, you know, I got to get
Now
out there
you
and
gotta play that little game. I'm with you on that.
correct. Yep. So I try to I'm gonna try to make some new venues online to where people like me and you and other producers and things like that can link up and just bounce things around like that. That's the new wave. So yeah, I'm trying to work my way towards that.
That's what it is, man. That's what I like to hear right now, man. Go ahead and drop your social media information for anybody that needs to follow you.
Yes. So it's Tango Beats 727, and that's on IG. That's also my email. If you wanted to hit me up, is at Gmail. You know. So I'm also on Facebook, Tango Beats. You know, you just search Tango Beats. All my music is online. Tango Beats on all streaming sites. I'm even on SoundCloud. You know, so I try to be everywhere. It's a job. If I apologize if I don't get to it too fast, but I swear I will respond. There's just so many different ways to, you know, to navigate right now. But everywhere you want to find me is Tango Beats 727.
That's what's up with it, man. I want to know a dream collaboration for you. Let's say you make the bombest beat. Give me three artists that you're gonna put on there.
All right. So if I were to do 3 artists, my aim would be one that I would been aiming for since maybe I was younger, you know what I'm saying? So I always want to deal with a legend, you know what I'm saying? A veteran MC. And so one of my favorite veteran rappers is E40. So I love E40. So if I can get E40 on the song, that would be dope. Or if I could get a Trick Daddy on the song, that would be dope. That would be one of my 2 for my legends. Sorry, I might have bad public school math, so you might get 4, okay?
I'll get down here somewhere.
Yeah. So then my next one would probably be somebody like a Lil Baby.
Okay.
Because he's active. I like how active he is. And then just to make it solid, Lil Wayne.
That'd be interesting right there.
So I say E40, Lil Wayne, and Lil Baby.
That'd be an interesting one right there.
All because they all different too. And so that give me the
sounds.
All the beats to be different. A lot of these producers, they beats be jamming. No shade. The beats be jamming, but sometimes you can tell that they made it. And so that's kind of upsetting.
I want to know your Mount Rushmore of producers.
All right. My favorite, just because I think that he did it a little better than other producers did as far as carrying a label, is Manny Fresh. Because not saying that other producers didn't pop out, you know what I'm saying, great music, but it's like when he did it, nothing failed, you know what I mean? It's like as soon as Juvenile dropped, his shit going gold, then platinum. Wayne shit going gold and platinum. BG
they run for a long time, man.
Right. And it was just him. And when you watch other ones, you know, they kind of bounce other producers in, you know what I'm saying, when he got big, and he did, Manny Fresh did his thing for a very long time. And so I really like Manny Fresh. I like Timbaland. I like Metro Boomin.
Okay.
And I like a lot of people say Zaytoven. I love Zaytoven beats, but it's just I think that how he plays the piano is the best. Just so funky, it takes me to church. You know what I'm saying? I love Zaytoven, but I don't know if I could put how many people are around Rushmore.
You got 4. You've already said 3.
That's why I said I don't know if I can put.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know. Mount Rushmore is still being built, so that fourth face ain't in there yet. It ain't in there.
I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. All right, man. So I got one last track I'm going to play, but I got to ask you a question about this. So with all the Black Lives Matter and police brutality and all this shit that we've been seeing the last year, which we've known about, man, like we ain't oblivious to this shit. It's just that people got phones or cameras in their phone now and it's starting to get out there more. Explain to me like how you've been navigating the Black Lives Matter and just surviving as a Black man in America.
Okay, so it's been very tough because it's so many plots and traps and things out there that, you know, you kind of got to keep your head on a swivel and be mindful and conscious of everything that's going on around you. And so at times it gets a little frustrating, you know what I mean? Not even a little frustrating. It gets a lot of frustrating. And the song basically is for anybody who feels like, you know, you might be at wit's end, or you just emotionally drained, or you just frustrated with the way society or how you being treated, or maybe the way you think that other cultures or races may be looking at us, you know what I mean? Because we under the microscope all the time, no matter what we do, no matter how hard we try. So it was like, I made this song just to where, you know, sometimes you got to be like, fuck it. You know what you go through. You know your story. You know what I'm saying? You know your worth. And I feel like as Black people, sometimes we walk on eggshells or have to dumb down who we are to make this shit work. And we shouldn't have to because nobody else does. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get their piece of the pie, and they have this fuck you mentality about how they feel. And so I feel like, you know, out of anybody who've been the underdog, who deserve a little bit of sunlight, is us. So I made this song like, you know, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Be proud of who you are. Stand on that shit.
I love that shit, bro. I want to tell you, thank you for taking time out to talk with me tonight, man. It's been great. Like me and you see eye to eye on a lot of shit, bro. I can't wait to meet you in person and just chop it up with you on some real shit, bro. But this track right here is called Unapologetic Black. And hey, it speaks for itself, man. We're going to play this on the way out of here. This is the Tonedeftestimonies. Tango Beats has been my guest for episode 11, man. And yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you here pretty soon, man. March 21st, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy.
I'm trying to squeeze it in with being on the bill, but right now I'm on the behind the scenes working with everybody getting the shit together.
Come on now, man. You better come on now.
It's like I said, Mount Rushmore is still being fixed. You know what I'm saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. We working on it. I'm trying to give my life to God. You know, we fixing it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. You know, I'm gonna have the mic in my hand, so
yeah.
Already.
I did it. Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Once again, man, thank you for taking time out. We're gonna end with this song right here. And just stay safe out there. Be blessed, and we'll link up soon, bro.
Yes, sir. You stay safe
Straight
too,
up.
brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Unapologetic black, congratulating that. Made it past the trap to a graduation cap. Soldier off at war, we salute you, that's a fact. Teachers put at risk, every day they lead the path. Unapologetic black, beautiful at that. Skin made like the sun, you know you the one. Couldn't be the two, cause it all come from you. Show them who you are, cause you made to be a star. Better yet a king, better yet a queen. You shouldn't feel lesser, not by any means. You the underdog, most hated, now it seems. But they follow your imprint, you put on everything. Tell them game over, training your mind to be a soldier. Please lose your attitude when you pull me over. Why you so combative, dude? Really, what's the motive? Can we terminate this encounter? I want this to be over. Fingers to the sun, you know you the one. Since the day begun, you have overcome. Melanated beauty, see now look what you become. Can't stop, won't stop, till the day is done. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? Don't make us fuck it up. Unapologetic black, we under attack. Let me state the facts, they just trying to make us stats. London, Japan, everywhere on the map. America is scared of us, we built it off our backs. We just want a pension, they ain't trying to give a scratch. They talk about walls and fences, but won't even wear masks. While stuck with Trumps and Pences, divide us off our path. Divisive with precision, they sit back watch and laugh. Shit ain't adding up and they ain't trying to do the math. I just try to keep cool and fire up a zag. But I smoke blunts and end up running through the bag. At first it was making me sad, but shit making me mad. Tell them game over, training your mind to be a soldier. Please lose your attitude when you pull me over. Why you so combative, dude? Really, what's your motive? Can we terminate this encounter? I want this to be over. Fingers to the sun, you know you the one. Since the day begun, you have overcome. Melanated beauty, see now look what you become. Can't stop, won't stop, till the day is done. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm black, so what? Don't make us fuck it up. Hey.
This is Tone Capone.
And DJ Spaceship.
And Saturday nights from 10 to midnight, we bring you Waves of the Bay. Right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.
With the hottest interviews, the hottest music.
You can submit your music for the Tampa Bay Watch segment at wavesofthebay@gmail.com or follow us on all social media at Waves of the Bay.
Every Saturday, 10 to 12. Make sure you come and ride the wave.
Yes, sir.